Reliability, performance, durability. The crew of an M1 Abrams depends on their machine to perform flawlessly in the most extreme environments. They require it to respond at precisely the right time, without fail. There is no room for error. But over time, even the most rugged equipment will wear down. Equipment failure will happen. Repairs are costly and time-consuming. So when the highly complex engine of the M1A1 Abrams wears down, who do you turn to repair the AGT 1500 turbine engine? The ATEAM, Advanced Turbine Engine Army Maintenance. Envisioning a way to improve tank engine repair, the Kansas National Guard saw the need for a facility that could offer rebuilt AGT 1500s at a fraction of the cost, while providing high quality with a fast turnaround time. In September of 1995, Major John Berg was put in charge of this effort, which led to what is now known as the ATEAM. In February of 1999, the ATEAM became a reality, and by 2000 had completed their first 6 engines. In April of 2001, the ATEAM achieved ISO certification, setting a benchmark for their commitment to quality and efficiency. The ATEAM celebrated completion of its first 100 engines in September of 2002, a milestone that further proved the professionalism and technical skill of this crew. In 2007 alone, the ATEAM completed 139 engines. Since its conception in 1995, the ATEAM has completed over 600 AGT 1500 engines and is manned by 104 dual-status National Guard soldiers and airmen, with approval to expand to over 200 based on their production goals.
Our current production numbers are based upon customer demand. However, we do have the capability to expand to 300 engines based upon our current square footage that we're operating in.
Located at Fort Riley, Kansas, the ATEAM has a 50,000 square foot facility with the potential to support the production of over 300 engines a year. The ATEAM maintains efficiency by separating clean and dirty operations in adjacent facilities. Quality is ensured in this climate-controlled environment, providing a stable work environment to produce a dependable product that can be trusted for exceptional performance.
The engine is second to none. We stand behind our engines better than anyone else in the world. I mean, we're the only facility in the world that will offer you a 5-year, 1,400-hour warranty. No one else will even come close to that.
So what does it take to build the engine for the world's most technologically advanced armored fighting system? This isn't your ordinary engine. The AGT 1500 propels 69 tons of warfighting machine to speeds up to 42 miles per hour. It produces 1,500 horsepower and can go from 0 to 20 in 6.2 seconds. A complex engine for an advanced machine. The process to build an AGT 1500 has been streamlined by the ATEAM.
The first thing we wanted to do was ensure that all the parts that we were putting into the engines were the most current. We wanted to get rid of all the obsolete parts. So we had to do a ground-up review on the parts manual, as well as the parts that were in the Army inventory. The second thing we did was we reviewed the assembly processes and all of the processes required to make an engine.
As part of our continual improvement process, we've formed several partnerships along the way. Those partnerships allow us to keep current on technology that improves the diagnostic capability of the M1 tank and ultimately improves the durability of the AGT 1500.
Every engine that comes in starts at disassembly. It's broken down into separate components, and each piece is inventoried for accountability, tracking, and quality control. The ATEAM uses special tools and handling procedures to ensure safe disassembly of the engines and safeguard against damaging serviceable parts.
We try to be as careful as we can to save everything we can. The major pieces, we try to take them apart and be as careful without damaging them any more than what they already may be damaged.
From there, the parts go through the cleaning process. The ATEAM has developed strict guidelines to make certain each part is cleaned properly. The facility is capable of cleaning several types of metal and removing grease, paint, oil, dirt, fuel, carbon, metallization, coatings, coking, and in some cases, discoloration.
Well, I think it makes it look like the verifiers could probably look at it better, see how much cleaner it can be. Because there was parts that we used to have to clean that we couldn't get all the carbon out of because there was just no way we could reach it. But with this system now, that pretty much eliminates all that.
Once the engine parts are cleaned, they move to the verification section. This is the most crucial part of the build process, and perhaps the one step that sets the ATEAM apart from its competitors.
If we didn't have this job, then we'd have to buy every part new, and that would probably triple the cost of the engines.
Each part is carefully examined for serviceability. The ATEAM facility has the technology to measure the more sensitive parts of the AGT 1500 down to the nearest tenth of a thousandth of an inch. The verification section has one of the only functioning NDI or non-destructive inspection labs in the Army. The NDI lab is capable of using different processes to inspect engine components for small cracks invisible to the naked eye. They can determine the extent of damage of the item and if it is repairable.
It's not only does it affect our warranty program, because then we'd be putting out parts or we'd be putting out an engine that would fail eventually, but it also affects the money and the time that we put into each engine and not having to go back and diagnose and investigate where the failure was. We're finding that stuff before it's ever installed in an engine.
The verification process separates parts into serviceable, repairable, or unusable. Repairing and reusing serviceable engine components is a major part of how the ATEAM has made engine refurbishment cost-effective.
Once we go to the verification, we're one of the few shops in the that you'll ever see that actually looks at all the various parts. Of the 900 parts, odd parts that go into the engine, we'll inspect probably 600 of them for reuse. The other 300 to 400 parts, all depending on how that's going to fall, are going to be mandatory replacement parts.
Parts that have been verified as reclaimable move to Allied Trades. Allied Trades is a fully functional machine and weld shop, capable of fabricating custom fixtures for all aspects of manufacturing and assembly. Allied Trades created special stands and has fabricated many tools used for the AGT 1500 that are used during the build process. So not only are they capable of repairing reclaimable components, the ATEAM uses the technical skill and creative ideas to streamline the build process, reducing the build time and eventually the overall cost.
I mean, you're working in, thousandths of an inch tolerance, so you have to be pretty precise on what you're doing, so parts fit together. We have enough people that have had years of prior experience as a machinist. Like myself, I've got probably a total of 13 years machinist experience before I even came here.
One of the most sensitive and crucial components of the AGT 1500 are the compressors and turbines. The ATEAM created an entire section dedicated to this part of the engine. The compressor section handles all rotating parts of the AGT 1500. Where the rest of the engine goes through different sections of the ATEAM, the compressor section is several sections rolled into one. They are responsible for the disassembly, repair, and build of the compressor and turbine components. Each compressor must be assembled by hand, and components go through a grinding process that brings them into the precise tolerance to fit into the custom hubs. The compressor section also determines the effective airflow for the nozzles and turbines, as well as balancing all compressors, turbine shafts, gears, and turbines. Because of their dedication to the highest quality, the ATEAM can boast that no internal rotating component assembled in their facility has suffered failure to this date.
We do 100% rebuild of our compressors and turbines. We start with brand new blades. Each one is hand ground to fit in each of the discs. We have very high tolerance levels that we have to maintain. We take very pride in all the work that we do.
Once all engine components have been inspected and are ready for build, they go to the supply section. The supply section issues and tracks all parts that are received and shipped. They locate all the parts necessary for the build process and assemble them into kits. Another system that the ATEAM has developed a streamlined process for.
We can transfer parts a great deal easier. We have barcodes for making the pulling of the parts a lot easier. Just a lot of technology has improved to where we have different programs like the SLE that helps us to coordinate all of our parts in order to make it go a lot easier. It used to take us a good 2 days to pull one engine, where now it takes us about a half a day.
At this point, each AGT 1500 engine has gone through a series of steps. It's been broken down, cleaned, verified, and repaired. It's now time for the assembly team to finish the process. Each four-man team is given 2 engines, where they are assembled with strict guidelines to ensure a quality product that is durable and dependable.
We have to follow procedure from our AIRs, which is our assembly record, on each step of the assembly of the engine. And throughout those steps, there are checkpoints or inspects, and a wage leader will come to our assistance to verify at that point during the rebuild that everything is the way it should. The measurements are within whatever the tolerances are supposed to be.
Before being shipped, every engine goes through rigorous testing to ensure that only the highest quality product is sent out. Originally conceived to only support the National Guard, the ATEAM has transformed into a center of excellence, which provides technical support, troubleshooting and diagnostics training, as well as meeting the powertrain needs for all tank units in the Army National Guard and to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through foreign military sales. Additionally, the ATEAM has provided service to active duty, TACOM, and the Marine Corps. Their engines have set the standard for the competition and have been proven in training as well as combat.
It is our goal to meet our customers' quality, training, and pricing needs.
We're not here to shortcut anything. We're not here to make a profit. We're not here to make anybody's life easy. We're here to make your life successful. That's what we're about.
The ATEAM is so committed to the quality of their product that they stand behind it with a 5-year, 1,400-hour warranty.
We stand behind the quality of our engines by providing a warranty. In the early stages, our warranty was 1,000 hours. Each year, we review the field performance to determine if we can increase that level of that warranty. Currently, our warranty is 5 years and 1,400 hours.
We believe in our product, and we stand behind our product because we have quality in our product. We test everything, we look at everything, we validate everything, and if we do have an issue, we want to be the first ones out in the field to fix your issue.
The ATEAM pricing for the AGT 1500 is below FedLog, due mainly to their in-house reclamation and refurbishment of parts. To the end user, this means an overall reduction of sustainment costs for its tank fleet.
Every year, we try to build it better, faster, and more cost-effective.
When you need reliability, performance, durability, call the ATEAM.